back again with another exciting video, my friends. Now we have a video about a gun buyback. State Attorney Letitia Ann James decided to do a gun buyback. But before we get into that, let's us get into the intro. Let's go.
You are listening to Fluid Digital Live.
The recent gun buyback event was very successful thanks to our close coordination and strong partnership with the Utica Police Department. This program was part of the Attorney General Letitia James' ongoing effort to protect communities from gun violence and keep New York families safe. Nice. But unfortunately, Letitia Ann James did not think this through. This has nothing to do with protecting families. This is a feel-good, rush type of a bill which people didn't think about, or I should say she didn't think about. It just sounded like a great idea. They've done this kind of stuff before. But no, she decided to do it, and I'm pretty sure it was her and a few of her cronies decided to put up this signs. Unwanted guns, forgotten guns, neglected guns can become dangerous. Yes, because this is the problem they're having with neglected and unwanted guns. No. So a young enterprising man decided to come up with a plan. Since they wanted guns, they were going to get guns.
State Attorney General's gun buyback program aims to curb gun crime, but one man claims he made guns on a 3D printer for the sole purpose of selling them at Utica's buyback event. As News Channel 2's Jolene Ferris reports, he walked away with $21,000 in taxpayer money.
Oh yes, you heard that correctly. $21,000 of taxpayer hard-earned money gone to this guy because he made guns on a 3D printer, and because the way this was set up and the rules, they had to take it, and he got $21,000 in gift cards. Go on.
On August 27th, the State Attorney General's office held a community gun buyback program at the Utica Police Department. No questions asked, they'd buy from you as many guns as you wanted to surrender.
These police officers and officials at this show is basically what you call collateral damage, because they had to go along with what the Attorney General proposed. So I am pretty sure a lot of them there, as you can see them standing around, know a lot better. Some don't. And this is the kind of thing you get when you vote people in who are emotional, not logical. This was not thought through, and this is what you get.
Nobody thought this through. If you look at the flyer, it is just the gravest thing that Letitia James could have done. Is she literally put a bounty on 3D printed guns.
And of course, she cannot walk this back. If she tries to walk this back, she will have egg on her face. She already has egg on her face. So, of course, what are we going to get as people try to ask questions? You're going to get that famous term, no comment. Try and call the Attorney General's office, and what are you going to get? No comment. Or the phone will just ring and ring and ring.
She said, I will give you extra money if it doesn't have a serial number on it.
Extra money if it doesn't have a serial number on it.
They made no specifications. They didn't touch on any details. There was no fine print. And that's why I was able to walk out with $21,000.
After seeing people posting on Twitter about using 3D printers to make ghost guns to sell at gun buybacks, a man who identified himself to us as Kem got to work on a $200 3D printer he got for Christmas.
Well, I 3D printed a bunch of lower receivers and frames for different kinds of firearms.
Then he drove 6 hours to Utica.
Obviously, this is a business-minded young man, and he put his skills to work. The way things look like now, he should be the attorney general, and she should be looking for another job.
He says, hey, you're here for the gun buyback. And I said, yeah, I'm here. And he sees the tote. He's like, oh, how many firearms do you have? And I said, 110.
This began an all-day negotiating and haggling session with staff from the state attorney general's office.
So now you know what the staff, after this fiasco, thinks the state attorney general's office and the people running it.
And it ended with the guy and a lady from the budget office finally coming around with the 42 gift cards and counting them out in front of me. $21,000 in $500 gift cards.
We asked the state attorney general's office a few weeks ago if they were aware this might be happening at gun buyback programs. They didn't answer the question, responding only that the buyback in Utica helped keep families safe and was a big success.
Oh, yeah. It was a big success, all right. Yeah. And I'm sure families are feeling a lot more safe with this buffoon in office. I rest my case.
Oh, I'm sure it was. I'm sure handing over $21,000 in gift cards to some punk kid after getting a bunch of plastic junk was a rousing success.
Kem says he had two objectives: make some cash and make a point.
And gun buybacks are a fantastic way of showing, number one, that your policies don't work. And number two, you're creating perverse demand. You're causing people to show up to these events only to make money. And they don't actually reduce crime whatsoever.
Utica police referred all questions to the AG's office. We reached out to them again today. No response.
We reached out to them today, but unfortunately, there was no response. Surprise, surprise, surprise. And if they did respond, you'd get the boilerplate answer. You know how it goes. The safety of our community is the utmost important to us. We strive to do the best for our community and to keep everyone safe. They have that letter sitting in a drawer in every office, or a version of it. That's what's called a boilerplate answer. It is absolutely meaningless.
Here's the thing that's so interesting to me is that after finding out somebody traveled 6 hours while using a 3D printer to give you prop guns, you will still sit there and say, oh, it was a great success. No, it wasn't. Somebody literally scammed you just to prove a point that this entire concept of giving guns back and profiting off of it and giving people money because they gave their guns back to some random group does not work. It does not stop people who are criminals from going around and robbing a bunch of people with guns. It will not stop people from using guns to harm others in an unjustified manner. It does not stop the issue that everybody keeps complaining about, which is the rising crime. This doesn't work. Defunding the police doesn't work. Abolishing police and prisons does not work. These pie in the sky ideas which could have worked.
you.